Leo, welcome to your end of July 2022 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. That's a card that I associate with Leo, the Queen of Wands. Got a lot of fire energy, that's for sure. Oh, what a beautiful card. Okay. The heart of the matter is the Queen of Wands. This is a card that I don't care. I think is associated with Leo because I think of royalty as Leo attributes. And so looking at, I just want to bring in the past position to kind of clarify things. We have the Ten of Wands. Wands energy is fire energy. So it is about ambition. It is about creativity and career moves, things of that nature. Ten of Wands can be the burdens of success, according to one of my books. And that means that maybe you got a promotion or something like that. But it's one of those things where you get this good thing, but it has a downside. So the Queen of Wands could be having a supervisory position, something that may be successful work-wise, but it also creates this sense of like you have to work harder, you have to work longer hours, and it's almost like, or another possibility is that you want to take charge of your work life so that you can make your own schedule or whatever, and that you can be at your most successful, because the Queen represents the water element. So there's the feminine, the masculine mixed in with this card. Well, the feminine is intuitive, and the feminine is very, like you could say, self-protective, whereas the masculine is very driven and externalizing that. So knowing what your tolerance is, what you can take, what you can do, what you can't do, what your limits are, and being able to honor yourself in that way is how I see this. They say Leos are workaholics, and I wouldn't doubt that, just based on other things that I can think of. And the higher message is the Seven of Swords. So this is a card of cunning. I mean, there are multiple things that this represents, but I will say that if this situation is about your love life, the Ten of Wands may be that you have been trying too hard to make somebody commit or love you, and you're becoming self-empowered, like emotionally self-empowered as well. And the Seven of Swords can be like, yeah, this person is cheating on you, or this person is just even stealing from you, which is a really weird thing. The only thing I can think of with a romantic relationship is if this person is actually asking for money or support in some way, and it's kind of questionable for some reason, because Leo is a very generous sign, and you're an easy mark because of that, and so it's like to let you know this is good that you're starting to see what's going on, because you're going to become much more aware of other things that have been going on behind your back. The other possibility is, especially for work-related matters, is that you may be in a job where you realize that you're being taken advantage of. Maybe they're working you too hard, and you're starting to get more self-empowered, which sounds funny talking to Leo, but Leo, not every Leo is just totally confident, totally together, and all of those things. There are some Leos that are a little bit uncertain about themselves, and definitely look at your moon sign for that. If you have the moon in Virgo, if you have inner planets in Virgo, you may be very critical of yourself and therefore not very confident. Or even Cancer energy, same thing, with perhaps lack of confidence and an oversensitivity, like taking things to heart too much. So the point is that you may be in a type of profession where if you pull away, you could, or even you might have the kind of boss. If you have the kind of boss that's taking advantage of you, chances are they are like, they don't care what they're doing. You know what I mean? And whether it affects you or not. So the point is that you have to protect yourself, because that person, if they got wind of the fact that you're leaving because of them, they could make it very difficult for yourself. So you have to extricate yourself from a situation at work, perhaps, without burning bridges and without that person knowing that you broke up with them. What crosses you is the Devil card. This can be a situation of the temptation. What is he holding? Oh, he's actually, this is like the puppeteer. And of course they had this buff guy, because that's part of the lust aspect of it. So the Devil card shows us where somebody's in bondage, and that means that there's like this temptation to allow the lower nature, like greed or lust, to take over and make the person very capable of sticking with something that they don't feel, something that doesn't really resonate, but you are getting a lot of money for it, or prestige. With Leo, that could be a big deal too, like getting that kind of reputation that makes you feel successful and powerful. Yeah, power, that can be another thing as well. So it can be extremely tempting to be in that place of choosing. And yet you might feel like, I don't know if if this is right or wrong. The Devil card, this is just something that the person has to extricate themselves from. With relationships, I often think, when the relationship seems very toxic, that there's probably lust involved. There's probably a strong physical connection, that even if it's like a terribly destructive relationship, that binds these two people together. What's coming in? Another Wands card, the Knight of Wands. And it's funny, in this deck, I call this my woke deck, because it has, how can I put it? Unexpected representations of certain cards. So sometimes females are featured with these traditionally male positions, like the Knight. And I saw a review on Amazon, and somebody was just like, nope. But it doesn't bother me, because I really like the illustrations. At first it was a little bit off-putting, because you're just used to certain things. But I just really love, and there's that horse in the background, because it is associated with Sagittarius. Didn't I say? Yeah, and that's associated with Sag too. And Sag energy is about freedom and truth. And so the truth will set you free. Um, and I don't mean that you have to confess anything to somebody else. It might be seeing the truth of your situation. And that includes if you are connected to somebody and it is primarily because of sex, or you're working primarily because of the money, but you're miserable otherwise, or you feel like you're going to break down physically. Maybe, I hopefully not mentally, but I mean the stress or the physical exertion is too much with the Ten of Wands. So these kinds of things have to be looked at because, as I always say with the Ten of Wands, if you do have like physical exhaustion and you have to take some time off of work, that's not going, if you're sticking around somewhere because of the money, then if it's a serious issue, you might have to quit that job for your health. And who knows how long it will take you to recuperate. I was following this one person on Instagram who eats a very pure diet. And I don't know if she said exactly what caused her condition, but she wasn't that old and she was like bedridden practically because of, I think her adrenal glands kind of gave out. And that's connected to stress because when you're under stress, your adrenaline goes up. Although there are other things like stimulants that can burn them out too. Maybe it's a combination thereof. But so also the Knight of Wands is that kind of wild energy that all fire signs. It's kind of like, the devil may carry attitude. Well, speak of the devil, that kind of you embrace, if you will. And the outcome is the Star card, and I love this depiction as well. And, there's a hopeful quality with the Star card. You may have come through a lot, but you are developing faith. This is about faith in unseen forces. A lot of times with fixed signs, there's this desire for guarantees. I need to know what's going to happen. But I don't think we would have incarnated here if we were going to have everything laid out for us. That doesn't make any sense. There has to be some things that we are having to practice, and one of them can be the not knowing, that not knowing ahead of time has some value attached to it, which it does. When you don't know what's going to happen, you have to still believe that's going to be okay. So I feel like you can make your dreams come true even if you have been in a situation that has been stressful for you, Leo. Okay, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a personal reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye. Hi, Leo. Welcome to your end of July 2022 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. That's a card that I associate with Leo, the Queen of Wands. Got a lot of fire energy, that's for sure. Oh, what a beautiful card. Okay. The heart of the matter is the Queen of Wands. This is a card